Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Agency Life. Live and direct from LA, first thing in the morning, we have got Trevor from Corporate Filming. Now, Trevor, I've been spending my whole life meeting overachievers, right? I used to work at HubSpot. I would meet these overachievers, these amazing people. You've just trumped the mark. Trevor started his first business when he was 13. He's got that proof of registration on his website. Trevor, welcome to the show. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Talk to me about that 13-year-old Trevor who just had to set up a business and how you started your agency.
Man, it's crazy. And thank you for having me. Yeah, it was age 13. I just have always been in love with filming things. And one day I just picked up my dad's really big VHS camcorder. You know, we had to put it on your shoulder back in 99 or 2001 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I just fell in love with capturing moments.
Right.
And we have so many home videos. Like my dad would film my mom and
yeah.
So I'm one of 5 kids. So my dad would film everything. I mean, the raw moments when my mom was upset, when my dad was upset.
No way. Amazing.
It was just moments. And that's when I fell in love with, wow, I want to tell a story. Mm-hmm. So I would film us on a family camping trip or a family trip. I'd make this crappy, terrible video, right? But for age 13, it was good.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, I want to buy the latest Game Boy. I want to buy the latest RC car, but my parents won't give me the money for it. I should start a business, I guess. And then I started filming for other people. I started converting VHS to DVD, charging $12 a disc.
Wow.
And I remember my first check was like a whopping $71, which is huge.
Okay.
And I bought a Game Boy. So that's where I really fell in love with story and emotion.
Yeah.
And it kind of transitioned into, we were a wedding film team, and now we're a corporate video team that drives sales to businesses around the world. So it's kind of this switch.
Amazing. Yeah. How many people's in the business right now?
Yeah, so we have about 10 people. We have about 5 people full-time, and we have about 10 freelancers around the US. That's trying how we keep costs low. I know with every agency listening, it's tough. I would love to have 40 full-time shooters, but I want to just scale slow to make sure we do it right.
Got it. Yeah. And how is it structured, as in what do you do within in a company of 10? What type of roles do you take on?
Well, I started this whole company to film, and now I don't film anything.
You are a classic agency owner.
So
it happens, right? It just happens.
I would be doing the business a disservice if I did film everything. And it was this humbling moment I had about 4 years ago when I was like, man, I love to film. I love to direct. But man, this guy right next to me actually films better than me. So why would I film? And I have a business coach, and I love quotes. I have quotes everywhere. Here's a quote right here. And
love it.
Yeah. You can have scale or you can have control, but you can't have both.
Correct. Yeah.
And that one was just like a slap in the face to be like, Trevor, I know you want to film everything, but if you're filming all day, then you're not selling, you're not networking, you're not being on an amazing podcast like this one, right? Like you're not doing those things.
Yeah.
So the thing I learned is every owner needs to work on the business, as you said, not in the business.
Yeah. Because you're going to have to make a decision. And I think that's where a lot of agency owners, they start out with that sort of idealistic dream going, I love making websites. I will open my own web shop. I love doing marketing. I'll do my own consulting. But running a professional services business is extremely different from doing the job. So you kind of have to have this balance somewhere of, do I get a job and do what I love doing all day long, or do I run this business and find the balance in that? It's really, really important. Read out that quote for me for the audio listener, because we're so video.
I went way too quick. Go the extra mile. It's never crowded.
Yeah.
My mom got me this. And it's kind of a cliche thing,
No,
but
it's true.
It's I get asked a lot, how did you scale so quickly? I'm like, well, it wasn't quick. They had 15 years. But what people see online is we scaled fast. And the way I do that quote is, what can we do as a video production firm that no one else does? I did a video search. I did a Google search, video production firms.
Yeah.
52 million results.
Ooh.
And I showed my team that. I put them all in. I'm like, guys, you know why sometimes I go crazy about how can we stand out? How can we be different? This is why. Because why would they not just go to page 2 and go to someone else that's cheaper than us? So it's going the extra mile. It's making more sales calls. It's being different. Like, one of my favorite things I like to mention to people is I'm obsessed with the customer experience.
Yeah.
I think that trumps the actual product you give somebody.
Yeah.
It was kind of this flip that happened about 3 years ago where people want to feel something, right? So we know people's birthdays. If they have a baby, we send them a onesie that says, I'm with the film crew. If they like See's candy, they may or may not get a See's candy box in the mail that says, hey, I know you haven't chosen a film team yet. This is just to say thanks for hopping on that call. And it's that customer experience that I think so many agencies forget about. And another quote that I love is, in order to scale, you have to do the unscalable. And how our team takes that is just the customer experience.
Yes.
So we block out 4 hours a month. It's a lot. The 4 times 12, I don't know what that math is.
10% of a working week. So
and it's dedicated to just customer experience.
Amazing. That is an incredible tip. That is a really cool tip for that. So you've been in the film industry for a long time, right? So you're corporate filming and storytelling and the power of emotion through video. Growing up in that, do you know what I had a flashback of, and I'm going to show my age, is was it the Wonder Years?
Wow. Yes. I think so.
You're gonna be like, yes, I was in my pram when I was watching. So anyway, that sort of storytelling and that sort of family environment really powerful. So you grew up in that. In today's world, I think either you're going to be loving it or not loving it. There's so many agencies now, marketing agencies, web agencies, that have now decided they're doing video. I want you to tell me, what have you seen that they're doing wrong and how can they come at it? Because I've seen a few. Are you really doing video? Are you just jumping on a bandwagon? So talk to me about what you see and how much time can you do it better.
How much time do we have?
I know we've got a hard stop, so this might be an episode.
No. I could ramble about this because I think so many businesses do video to just check a box. I did video. I'm modern. I'm hip. But the thing about video that our team obsesses over is, at the end of that video, your ideal prospect should want to just call you, should want to reply to you, should want to book your service. And if at the very end that's not the case, then you've done the video wrong. So the way that we've seen video done wrong is it's someone just rambling to a camera. No matter how attractive, funny someone is, you don't want to see someone's face for that long. So a promotional video, you have literally, I think I just read a stat, 1.5 seconds to grab someone's attention. Wow. Scroll. Ooh, scroll. So what can you put in your video in the first 1.5 to 3 seconds? That just grabs somebody. And so the way we've seen video done wrong is they make a really long 5-minute video. First off, after 2 minutes, no one's watching. Even your own mom is bored after like 4 minutes.
I know this. I've had that feedback.
Or they just do a video about their product, when that's after your prospects have to get to know you as a salesperson, you as a business first,
Got it.
and then you can sell your service.
Yeah.
So it was this flip. So if you see on our website, it's so many behind the scenes videos. I've had people
I know.
call
I
me and
loved it. Yeah.
I've had people call.
Pardon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had people call me and be like, Trevor, I feel like I know you,
Yes.
but we've never met.
Yeah. Isn't that?
And then the sale gets closed that much faster. So any advice to any owners out there, don't make a video about what you're selling until you do a video about how much you love what you do first.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's like, that's what I was talking about. Their story. I was on a webinar just a Tuesday, and the owners of the business are like, we can't seem to find staff that are, committed to us. And I'm going, do they know how you started this business? Like,
All that.
Do they know your story? Do they know that your journey and your up and your down? People will want to work with you. They'll want to just rub that magic off you. And of course they're going to work with you. So sharing that story, I think that's a really good point. And Trevor as well, like, it is something that agencies are adding in, right? And they're getting very good at processes and procedures. And if we think of a marketing agency, web development agency, when they start to ask clients for, give us these keywords so we can go and write a blog post, and here's your ebook, and here's your campaign, that's a very transactional and pretty non-emotional. I've yet to meet someone that goes, oh my God, I love video. I'll be honest, it's me right now. Like, I'm the only person who goes, oh my God, is that a camera? But this didn't happen automatically. I had to build up to camera, being comfortable. It's quite an emotional experience. So sending your junior team out, or sending a junior videographer out without you going, or your senior people going, to build a relationship, to make them comfortable, how do you do that? Like, what's your structure for shooting video? Because it isn't sending them an email, fill in this template and come back. How do you create that connection and make people comfortable and get them better in front of the camera? I'd love to learn more about that.
Yeah. So that's a question we get a lot. And my response is, I want to get to know you. So no, you cannot get a script. There's no scripts.
Great.
Script. If you type a script, people type differently than what they actually
know. Yeah.
Right. So every video we've done on our website, there's no script. It's me saying, hey, so how much do you love what you do? How much do you love your team? How does it make you feel that you realize you help that person out of debt? Yeah. Or in a franchise, how cool is that you now own a franchise and you can now be home for your kids' soccer games? Amazing. It's the emotion behind why someone goes with your business. And I feel like people just get it so wrong. So how we make people comfortable in front of the camera, especially, is the vibe you get with me, is the vibe. I literally train people on the vibe. I call it the vibe. Actually, I don't yet, but I think I'm going to start calling it that. Like, I call it the vibe.
Yeah, I should call it that. Like, you could probably use it in an acronym: V for video, I for BE.
I'm stealing that. Okay. How much do I owe you for that? Okay.
It's complimentary.
Yeah. And it's so funny. I haven't realized this since you just asked this. I'm training new people, and we have a 3-hour meeting. The first hour is nothing to do with how to actually produce on set. It's them walking in. Hey, welcome to our film set. Like, give them a hug. Literally, give them a hug. Thank you for coming today. Hey, go ahead and sit down right here. So that's Steven. We're going to, don't worry. No one else is around. It's just us. And let's get started. So, do you love what you do? And what person doesn't love what they do? I know. And if they don't, they're going to be a good liar and it's going to be great anyway. But like, so it's, we make people comfortable by just being ourselves. And I feel like that ties into how my leadership style, my management style, I thought I had to be this corporate robot that dresses in suits each day. And when people get to know me, the vibe I have now is me on a sales call, me in a team meeting. It's just, if you are your true self, people will naturally be comfortable because they know you're not faking. That's right. Yeah. And you can always edit out things in post-production. So let them talk, let them ramble, let them go,
can I say that again? And the more they do it, the more comfortable they are. I think that's a really good point. So setting the scene, talking to them just like normal human beings, and being yourself. But if you can be yourself on your own website with your own video first, they'll feel like they've connected with you and they know your story. That's really, really powerful. You have some massive, massive growth plans. You want to really juice up your business. Tell me some of the things you're going to focus on to actually hit your big goals for next year.
I love that. The one thing that I wish I would have known years ago, and to any owner listening out there, it's okay to have your email not be at 0. Like email, honestly, is the least important thing. Unless it's someone saying, send me a contract. It's just, what can you do to work on your business? So our big growth plans, I've always want to listen to them, to like the market, right? Yeah. We are going to a fully subscription model, because us making a video for someone once every 2 years is just no longer how marketing is. People want constant updates, weekly updates, monthly updates. From every filming day we do, like 8 to 5 we film, we used to make one 90-second video. It was killer. It was great. And I kind of had an epiphany at the conference that I met you at. Yeah. And somebody said, it might have been you, but it was just content is content. Yes. And that just struck a chord. So most of our past clients have not seen 90% of the stuff we shot. And I said, that's a problem. So what we are starting, and we started 1/1 of this year, and we're going to become fully subscription by 2020.
Amazing.
We no longer do a la carte videos.
Beautiful. Because you're speaking to me now as someone like, I'm going back into my corporate hat. Like, I used to work for Dell and work for Sony, and I've been behind the scenes of corporate videos and had the videographer in, and they would be, I remember seeing these guys in for a week, right? Only to create a 90-second corporate kickoff sales meeting that 100 of us saw in a room, in a hotel, usually hungover because we were at a conference, and
conferences are fun. Yeah.
Never saw it again. It never appeared again. That is fantastic. Like the team was around for a long time. Mm-hmm. There was loads of content created. There was hours of it, but we got 90 seconds and it was for a small audience. So subscription model, how are you going to build that?
So it's so funny. A lot of our costs, I'm very transparent with, right? A lot of our costs comes from the filming day and the $50,000 worth of equipment and the director, producer, shooter, the weeks of logistics calls. That 8 hours is really where just our margin goes, right? And I'm like, but the way we edit videos, it takes us about 3 days, a long time, to edit a video, right? Yeah. How can we provide more value to the clients that already trust us? Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's something I wish I would have known years ago. If somebody already trusts you,
I know, it's huge.
How do you get more business from them and flip it? How can you help them continue to grow their business? Yep. A light bulb went off. I'm like, okay, we have 100 terabytes of footage or something insane, right? Mm-hmm. Why are we only making one video a year? What we started is a monthly video subscription plan where we hop on a call on the 1st of every month for 15 a pre-scheduled call. Mm-hmm. Hey, Mike, so November, what do you want to focus on from the footage we shot? Mm-hmm. Oh, you're not sure? Hey, I recommend let's do a CEO story. Because you're the one that's closing the deal. He's like, cool, done. I'm like, all right, thanks, bye. And then within 14 days, the video's done, and we help them post it. They put it in their signature. It's on LinkedIn. He sends it to 50 cold prospects. Now it's no longer, hey, buy from me. It's, hey, Tim, I know you kind of fell silent. If I didn't tell you my story, I actually love what I do. Here is my story. Yeah. Who's not going to respond to that? people don't buy from you until they feel an emotional connection. And I don't care what people say. Yes, that worked years ago, but in 2019, someone has to feel connected to you or they're not going to buy from you.
And it works even more and more on video. We have all the tools now. We actually have video. I've been just doing a series of that. I'm doing sponsorship for the podcast, and I've done videos like that. Hi Jack, Clodagh, you remember me, la la la. And every single time there's been a response back. So that personable experience is really welcome. I love the subscription model, and that is something agencies can take with them to go. You make the 15 minutes. I'm also thinking in my head, I'm going, you're doing the documentary as you're going in. We're going to our client. We're doing a video. Like, that's output for your agency.
Yeah. And two things on that. The one thing that people, it's so funny. We have bylines, right?
Right.
This project cost this much. I budget a film team to follow us around filming.
Right.
Because what is my life going to be like if I choose Trevor and his team? And we show them hugging them. We show them me doing a high five. We bring them a donut. It's how can my life improve if I choose this company? So why not do it behind the scenes? And one thing I wish I would have known years ago that I think the one takeaway I want to have for people listening is, don't just think about how you want to work with this client one time, but how can you work with them for 10 years?
Right. Yeah. And
multiply.
And if you think like a normal person, if you just think like, if you were going to someone's house, you buy them a gift, like I always think of my mom's kill me if I didn't arrive to somebody's house and I didn't have flowers or chocolates or a bottle of wine, it's in my instilled being. And so as a client working with, as an agency working with your client, if you have time and you're not pressured, you will think of those things and you'll go, oh, the last time I was in there was some Krispy Kremes. Let me go and pick that up on the way there. Because you've had some time to absorb that. Now I'm conscious of our time because we have to do this. So I want to do some quick fire rounds on this. Big part of agency life is actually acknowledging that you've made mistakes. You made a whopper one that I kind of got a lump in my throat when I read it. Tell me about the time you let an employee stay on just a little bit too long and how you would not do that again.
Honestly, I was nervous to have a candid conversation.
Okay.
And it got so bad. I just got used to the relationship. And it was more on me than it was on her, because any action your team does, it's your fault as the leader, because you let it continually happen. So how I could redo that, I would catch it. The first time she publicly was like, Trevor, what are you talking about?
Right.
I would finish the meeting and I would say, hey, can you come in here?
Yeah.
And I would have so I can't let that happen. What do you think the perception is if I let everybody talk to me like that?
Oh my God.
So,
right.
Yeah. It's like, can you do me a favor? Can you work with me on just, if you're upset, just kind of talk to me one-on-one?
Yeah.
And
that is fantastic advice. And for agency owners out there, like one of the things I love to give them as a tip. So that is a tip around, do not take it, because it might just be one person, but it will amplify. And that other people in the organization go, well, if she can talk to Trevor like that, I can talk to Trevor like that. So only that. And what about today, those agency owners out there who are just starting off? Maybe someone's like you. Like, I'm kind of guessing that you've been working over half your life. Am I guessing that right?
I'm 29 now. I'm getting up there. So yeah, I'm getting.
I was gonna say, you've been working.
I'm getting up there. Yeah.
And you're still not even 30. That's incredible. What advice would you give to some young person out there that's like, do you know what? I think I'm going to start my agency. I'm going to start working for myself. What kind of tip would you give them?
Man, I would say, I love this question.
Yeah.
First off, if you think people are going to call you, they're just not.
They're not.
So if you have a product but no one knows it exists, then you actually have nothing. And that, once again, was like, okay, how do I market? How do I sell? The one takeaway I'd have for people is, yes, you set your own hours.
Yeah.
But that means you should be working 70-hour work weeks. And I don't care what anybody says when you're first starting. If you're working a 40-hour work week when you're just starting, your business will not scale.
It won't scale.
It won't.
Yeah.
So just work, the work ethic, the amount of times you make calls, emails, is the direct correlation to how much top line revenue you bring in.
Making awareness. People can find you on corporatefilming.net. Do you have a favorite Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn?
Yeah. So we were in a rebrand last year, so we're still trying to grab all those right handles. But yeah, our Twitter is Corporate Filming USA. Our Instagram is Corporate Filming USA, and our Facebook, Corporate Filming USA. So I guess we finally nabbed all those. And my personal Twitter is at Trevor Rappleye, and please follow me on Instagram. It's Trevor Loves Story. Trevor Loves Story.
That is perfect. I really appreciate this. I know you've got to dash off to another call, so I want to say thank you, Trevor. I really appreciate this, and I think we might even be following this up with another episode in a few weeks' time, even to talk about tips for agencies getting into video. I'm putting that out there.
No, okay. I would love it.
Thank you so much, Trevor. Great to see you again. Take care.
Yep.